Victoria Ballard, naturopath, and I wanted to make it clear that ketogenic diet is actually quite easy for vegans and vegetarians. And I found this out by meeting this wonderful couple in the south of India. They had their own house, they had like kitchen facilities, they had a washing machine, and they were also living off royalties. She was an actress and he was a musical star. Now, I'm obviously not going to give their names, but they were able to live in India pretty much full time and have a house and be able to cook and stay ketogenic. They had been married in France and they got onto the ketogenic diet in France, and they decided they felt so good on it that they wanted to keep it up in India. So they weren't tempted to eat the traditional Indian food in the restaurants. They always cooked for themselves. And the turning point was when they bought themselves a waffle maker. And they would make waffles every morning with almond flour and eggs, lots of eggs. And this is obviously for vegetarians, not vegans, but they would then make the waffles and then make a vegetable dish that they could have with the waffles. And they had keto strips to make sure they were still in ketosis. These are in a little jar. They're really cheap. You can buy them in any pharmacy. They're for diabetics, and they give all the different kind of measurements in colors. You just dip it in your urine. And if you're ketogenic, you're at the top, the deep purple. So when his wife had a few dates and honey, she would go down to a sort of very deep fuchsia pink, but he didn't eat those and he stayed purple. In fact, one day he did eat the dates and actually had an ice cream, and it was only 2 days to get back into full ketosis. So they made it really easy to keep the ketones going, which is why you eat a ketogenic diet. All your carbs from vegetables, nuts, nut flours, nut butters, all your protein from preferably animal sources like eggs if you're a vegetarian. And in the south of India, they consider eggs part of a vegetarian diet. So it's a bit different up here in Rishikesh. Vegetarian is without eggs, so I walk for an hour just to get an omelette. But in the south of India, they definitely think that eggs are part of a vegetarian diet. And these were all country eggs. You could see the chickens scrabbling around, eating the bugs out of the soil. And several of the ketogenic people were buying country eggs and keeping to a ketogenic diet with just eggs. Now for vegans, it might be a little harder. You've got to get your protein from lentils, beans, some high protein vegetables like nuts, really. They're not really vegetables, but nuts are a really important part. And avocados, they've got protein in them. And you don't need a lot of protein on a ketogenic diet. You need more fats. So vegans can easily get their fats from olive oil, coconut oil, MCT oil, which is derived from coconut oil. And if you're vegan, you're not going to be eating butter and ghee, so you won't be doing the bulletproof diet unless you do it with just coconut oil. And that's hot coffee with good quality organic ground coffee, black with coconut oil or MCT oil or both. You could even try olive oil if you like the taste of olive oil. And that came from Dave Asprey. He was wandering the Himalayas and he got really tired trekking away, and he met a local woman and she gave him black coffee with yak butter, which gave him such a boost that he was able to trek the rest of his journey. And when he got back to America, he developed the bulletproof diet. And I think he is actually sort of really one of the founders of the MCT oil, which goes immediately to the kidneys and then to the brain to give you this uplifting effect, which you can get also from coconut oil, butter and ghee if you're vegetarian. The Bulletproof Diet is now a book and even an audio book. So Dave Asprey has been a great contributor to the ketogenic diet. Now, I was very tempted to eat traditional Indian food, and I didn't have a kitchen. So I was more sort of inspired by this couple, this very creative couple. And I didn't have a kitchen, so I didn't buy a waffle maker, and I ate the traditional Indian food in restaurants and put on a few pounds, just a few. I'd been ketovore in England for 6 months, and the 6 months before that I was carnivore. The 6 months in England, I go to India every winter for 6 months. So I had been, the most amazing weight loss was when I did carnivore 1 meal a day early in the morning when it was really hot in Mexico. I came home to England, and my 6 months in England I was carnivore, and I pretty much sorted out my metabolic disruption and was able to do another 6 months in India where I didn't put on very much weight. This 6 months in India, I haven't put on a lot of weight. I'm really hoping that you will listen to the videos of people who have actually cured their metabolic disorders and can eat not rubbish food, but healthy food and not put on weight. Once they have lost all the pounds, I think I really, over the course of those 3 years, I think I lost at least 70 pounds, if not more. So ketogenic diet is doable for vegans and vegetarians. It's really easy for carnivorous people or ketovores, and you can actually cure yourself of this insulin resistance, leptin resistance. Leptin tells you when you're full, so if you're leptin resistant, you're feeling hungry all the time. And it's a delight to go on the carnivore diet where you can eat as much of the meat, fish, eggs, bacon, all the meats, all the fish. You can eat as much as you like of that, and it is just such a relief after being hungry on diets that haven't worked and have left you feeling hungry and cravings. So you can also be sure that your microbiome will be pretty much taken care of on a healthy, clean, ketogenic or ketovore or carnivore diet. So here's to a future of not having to spend a lifetime dieting and feeling hungry. And I hope you can all enjoy the ketogenic diet. The MCT oil goes straight to the brain and gives you ketones, makes you feel really good in the morning. So do give it a try. And I will be continuing with this video because I got interrupted by some very loud music because it's a big holiday here. It's actually called Holi. And they throw paints all over each other, and their hair, their faces, their clothes are all covered in different colours. I'm told that it's washable and ecological, but I don't choose to go out there and get covered in colours. Miserable old bitch. I mean, really, they're all having such a good time. So they suddenly burst a load of music and I had to end the video. So this is a continuation of that video. So I hope to hear from you in the comments. I'm going back to England in 10 days, so the free email consultation is coming to an end, and I can give you free advice in the comments, or you can pay to have a Zoom interview with me, which means I'll be able to see your body type and be able to advise you what diet would be best for you, and also I can eliminate allergies. I've actually specialized in allergies for 40 years and will do an elimination diet with you to find your allergies, not omit them for the rest of your life, but until you are metabolically healthy. So, thank you for listening. Happy Holi from India, and see you on YouTube soon.